you hear me? Are you with me?
Absolutely, you can hear you clearly.
Yes. Have you seen? Let me tell you, and you know this. I will always say that you know this because you know the truth. Have you seen Nigerian students going outside the country and performing very brilliantly? We have
Yes.
the best students in the world, which are Nigerian. Yet we are breaking records across the globe, in America, in United Kingdom, in Canada, all over. What is wrong? You know, okay, did they, when they were traveling out, did they cut their head and change their hair when they get to those countries? No, it is the system. We have a systemic problem. Let us address this. Let us stop shifting blame on our young guys that are studying very hard to. How can you say somebody want to get admission and will not study? Is that not funny? So I've just given an instance of people traveling out, having first class, beating all those white men, white young boys and girls. They beat them silly. They perform. They are brilliant. Our daughters are brilliant. Our lawyers are brilliant. But come to Nigeria, they come back to Nigeria and mess up. Madam, let us address the system. And I'm sure Nigerians are hearing this and know that they know the truth. The government knows the truth, and I'm sure they are working on it. And let them remove the JAMB register, and you will see the changes. And if they don't remove him, there will be a mass protest very soon to that effect because we are not used to resigning. I heard you saying that he will resign. He will not resign. Nigerians, Africans don't resign easily unless they are compelled to do that. So, Madam, let the president remove him and let Nigerians rejoice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eniola. I like the fact that you've been saying it's a systematic problem. But then, is that not the reason why we have the Minister of Education? Because you've been saying since that he has been doing well. I mean, he said his whole ministry until last year, I think October, right? But then, with these few months that we have, there's something, we would have seen differently. But not, like you said, you've been saying it's a systematic problem, But I don't think we should just leave it in the head of the registrar alone. But that, like I said, that's why we have the Minister of Education. If everything is going wrong, we're supposed to also start from there and not just say, oh, a particular registrar. I mean, I just wanted to hear you on it.
I don't want to believe you have a personal problem with the Minister of Education.
No, I don't. We don't also want to believe that. Okay.
Has a personal problem.
Exactly.
We want a balanced flushing out.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Tell me.
I'm repeating. I don't want to believe you have a personal problem with him.
And we don't want to believe Nance has a personal problem.
Oh my God.
Because this is the third time you are trying to push me against the man, but I will not do that. I am restrained.
Eniola.
Okay, let's not put Eniola on the spot.
Tell me.
Eniola, you still with me?
When the man, there was a directive from the former Minister of Education saying that students that are below 16 years old cannot write JAMB. You can see that the man reversed it immediately when he resumed. These are part of the reform the man has been doing. He has been doing well. Let us call it spade a spade. Everybody cannot be bad in Nigeria. And please, if you have any personal issue with him, I would like to mediate and settle it amicably.
See, I hear you. I understand what you're saying, honestly. I don't have a personal issue with him. I don't even know him, to be honest. I just know that we have a minister, right, that's doing, some work. I don't know if it's good or not, but then I can, of course, attest to that we have somebody in place. But to be honest, you also cannot take out the fact that there are a lot of problems in the educational sector that, we have down from teachers, is it the curriculum? There are a lot of things that needs to be worked on. Even the ordinary CBT thing that we are expecting that is supposed to work well. Since 2013, since now, we are still having technical issues upon technical issues. I mean, is that not something to question?
Well, you are very right. And to be sincere, jokes apart, we have a lot of challenges in Nigeria that we have been facing that have been affecting our education system and that have been putting us on a bus spot internationally. I don't want us to be looking at the local implication of all this systemic decay. It has a very big implication on our image internationally. Our results are being disrespected every day. Things are not going well. People are not happy. People spend 4, 5, 6 years to graduate and take their BSc results abroad. To your dismay, They will just trash it that they can't use it. It's very, very unfortunate. So there are a lot of things that are, and let me tell you, when the man assumed office, he has approved a lot of universities that are upcoming. And I want to see something. I will also tell him whenever I have a meeting with him, there are some courses. Let me use this opportunity to say this. We have some courses in our institution that are outdated, completely outdated. Even if you study these courses and go to Shiloh, you might not even get a job.
Right.
So we have a lot of reforms, yes, we have a lot of reforms that are supposed to come, and the man are supposed to put into place. And I'm going to write him, and I want to appreciate you for coming up with this very beautiful topic, despite the fact that many TV stations have tweeted it, but you still deem it fit to do that. So I'm going to write. I'm promising you this. Maybe when else I have you have me on this show, I'm going to give you a feedback. I'm going to write him on some reforms that I'm going to have a meeting with my colleagues and my our representatives across the country. I'm going to write him so that there are many things that we need to point out. And definitely, you are right. We have to put in some places. But I don't want us to shift the blame on the man himself. I don't want to shift the blame on him. There's a lot of problem, a lot of decay, and he's going to address it. He's going to address it. I can assure you that.
Thank you so much, Eniola. The conversation really ended well because there is something futuristic we should hope for in the educational system. Thank you for joining us and lending your voice to this conversation. Do have a great day.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm back to my girl, God's Beauty Israel. They already told you on national TV that you have a problem.
I have a personal issue.
That really came
out.
Oh
my God, it was so funny.
But honestly, I mean, if you look at the system itself, but he mentioned something really key. The fact that we're just looking at this from a very local standpoint. Yeah. We're arguing within ourselves. This is the fault. This is the not fault. And if you look at it, we are being positioned in a very bad light internationally, and it's not even good for us, especially with all this whole immigration thing.
Sure.
I mean, Harvard have stopped international students before they say no Nigerian student anymore because of things like this. But we don't even come to that. We are smart people. Nigerian students are great students, and we know that eventually, when the system and even ourselves take responsibility and do things well, would ace this sector. So let's take the newspaper very briefly, starting with the international papers.
All right, so straight into the New York Times. By the top left, we have rise in killings by police stems Florence legacy. And by the top right, we have Trump blasts prophet, eliciting barely a peep. Middle center, we have Israeli strikes set to kill 7 of a doctor's children. Then by middle right, we have firms vowed free legal work, but probably not these cases. And then by the bottom left, you have Qatar's push in table tennis is raising questions. So let me quickly, so there's this headline. I love the headline a lot. I don't even know why I like it. Probably because, again, it's a Trump issue. Oh, my God. And, the headline is Trump bears profit, eliciting barely a pip. Now, so President Donald Trump has been publicly highlighting the financial gains of his businesses during his presidency. Despite long-standing concerns over potential conflicts of interest, there has been minimal public or governmental scrutiny regarding this profit. Trump's businesses, including his hotels and golf courses, have reportedly seen increased patronage, often from individuals or groups seeking political favor. So on this particular headline, right, which is Trump blasts profit, eliciting barely a pip, it literally just stating how Trump comes out and tell us how his business is doing well. So I mean, there's that honesty that we see, in the sense that you're coming to tell us that this particular hotel is doing well. We have this, we have that, and all of that. But then it's not making people want to ask, okay, why exactly are you coming to tell us? That's one. Then secondly, I mean, are you doing it so that we don't know if you are probably collecting certain amount of money from the government angle and putting it into your own private business? I mean, there's that question like that. So that's why I feel like it's very funny because, I mean, we see the honesty, but there's no transparency. Do you get? So there's that honesty. You come to tell us that, your business is doing well. And then, so, do you understand? But then we're not seeing what exactly is going on. If there's any money coming in, that's not supposed to be like that. You get my point. But then, I mean, having to put it here in Nigeria, I don't think we actually see things like that. I don't think our president has come out one time to tell us that, this my particular this is happening like that. Because, I mean, that's what most of the times we are always asking, what exactly are these people doing? I mean, I think it's important for us to know each of these people that we have on set, right? We are supposed to know what exactly they are doing, their businesses and all of that, so we know if truly they are actually serving us, or they are also trying to, take out some amount of money into the business. But then, you know how Nigerians are now. They want to be, don't do that. You want, privacy and all of that. They don't want to bring those things out. But then, I mean, having to sit in the United States, I think it's a very funny one.
Funny how I think Trump has always been someone who was very vocal about his business, especially. Even before he got into power, there was someone that said that he used to look up to Trump as like a mentor in the business
field. He's an author. He has always been rich, to be honest. Even before he entered the political scene, I've always known Trump to be an author. I've read some of his books. He's a rich person.
So
exactly.
So politics was just like, let me do this before my life.
Probably.
So I guess that's an amazing one. Is that all the story you have?
So there's this other story that I don't like so much. I mean, just going back to the whole Gaza, situation. A particular doctor, in the New York Times here, they showed that the doctor had 7 children and the 7 children died. But I think from CNN gave us an updated news, which is the doctor has 10 children, but nine of them is dead right now. The only one is actually still surviving and trying to regain consciousness and all of that. Said, honestly speaking, it just goes back to say that this whole Israeli and Gaza, to be honest, imagine a doctor just losing, 9 children, in space of few minutes. It's really crazy and ridiculous. But I just hope that their leaders see these things and see a reason why they should come to the truth. If not, I really don't know how to even help the situation. But yeah, that's all I have for you on the New York Times.
Thank you so much for guiding us there. Let me guide you, like you always say, to the local Guardian papers. We have the major headline reading: despite 7 trillion naira subsidy savings, state failed to cushion hardship and hunger. Federal government unveils air cargo corridor, offers Nigerian exporters 50% discount. 71% of rescheduled UTME candidates score below 200, says JAM. North hold key to solving Nigeria's problem, says Obi. Military destroys over 100 illegal refinery sites in 5 months. Umokobea Adebayo blast APC's fear-driven strategy and urge Tinubu to govern. PDP postpones NEC meeting amid uncertainty over action against Atiku and Wike. And the last story reads: IPI flays Eniola for removing Channel's TV crew from Akwa Ibom's government house. Interesting story here. I think today is Monday. Let me start on a very good story. So this story here about federal government unveiling air cargo corridor, offering Nigerian exporters 50% discount is something to really celebrate, especially for small and medium business owners in Nigeria and people who export their goods outside. So the full story says that Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, and South Africa to expand. And this is coming from the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwale, in her speech, at the launch held on Africa Day at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, announced that the new air corridor will provide Nigerian exporters with access to 3 key African hubs, Uganda, Kenya, and South Africa, with air cargo rates discounted between 50 to 75% reduction in logistic costs. And let me I really love this story because this is big-time good news. Imagine having to spend 100,000 naira to get my goods from just very casually now, from one place to another. And then with this new initiative, I don't know how they came about this, but it's beautiful. It shows that I could be spending like 50,000 or even 25,000 naira. This is the kind of news that small businesses in Nigeria want to hear. It gives them hope that there's still a way to survive in this country amidst all of this. And the fact that this came at a very, very important time of the year, the African Day celebration, May 25 yesterday. I was going to actually banter on that this morning, but maybe after this story. And it's really making a lot of sense. I think this is a good, it's good for small and medium scale businesses in Nigeria to leverage on this, right? And I think I should applaud the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwale. I've been privileged to sit under one of her keynote speeches for a leadership summit I attended sometime last year. And I could, even when she was sworn in, when Tinubu was appointing new people, and I saw that she was going to be part. Somehow I knew that, okay, there's something good that's going to come here, because I've heard her talk. I think at some point she used to be a lecturer in University of Lagos in law department. I've forgotten the whole story. So I used to follow her very keenly, like, this is a woman of great repute doing great things. And in the ministry now, I can see that there's a lot of progress happening. So this is good news to different businesses across, even for businesses that are not even thinking of exporting yet. Maybe because they feel like logistics takes a lot of money. This can encourage you to start thinking globally, at least in the African setting now. And we hope that it extends to other African countries, because as at now, I think it's just 3 countries or 4 countries that are having this, cut down in logistics. And to commemorate the Africa Day celebration, yesterday I was seeing beautiful pictures everywhere. It wasn't really loud, maybe because it was on a Sunday, but I felt like it deserves more noise. Honestly, Africa as a continent has been through a lot. People say sometimes when you travel overseas and they say black person, they just call you, are you African? And someone once said, don't say, am I African? Africa, we have plenty country. I'm Nigerian, not African, or I'm Kenya, not African. And I think that, well, even though we like to put in those, diversities, we're still one in that sense. And recently, the marriage ceremonies that we've been seeing, Juma Jacks, Tanzania, Tanzania and Nigeria, I love that, because before now, it's usually just the marriage. In fact, within your inter-tribes, your parents are having issues, but now we're expanding to other nations in Africa as well, and it is commendable. Apart from even our marital joining, also in trade, right, in different things. And I think African Day commemoration should be something of reflection. We should think about how we can come, together to walk towards unity. It shouldn't be, some countries getting it, some countries are not getting it. There was a time there was this banter with South Africa and Nigeria, and it was a very sad thing. I mean, from an African nation. Last year. From an African nation. But I'm sure that things have gotten better. If it has not, that day should help you reflect on why we are one as a nation, and look towards it. I think I'm very happy to be African, and we're very diverse as a nation, where we are beautiful and colorful. I think we're the most colorful continent in the world, honestly, from our dresses to our celebrations, even to, I saw the IB Quick spoken word yesterday, and I was like, oh, this is what makes me love Africa, and I was really excited. Maybe we'll have a conversation about the African Day celebration later this week, but let's know what you think about it. So, do you like being African?
Of course.
What's your favorite thing about being African?
Just like you said, I think for me, it's the language. Yeah, I love the language so much. I mean, having to hear, it won't just hear in Nigeria. There are some languages that when you hear, you be like, okay, is that this language? So yes, I love the language. I love the food. Yeah, I don't know. There's something with amala. There's something with
your own Africa service in Nigeria.
I wanted to also mention some Ghana jollof, exactly. There's something with it. So I love it, honestly. I like the fact, just like you said, I think we should actually pick a day that will just talk about everything about Africa.
Amazing. We're wrapping up soon, but maybe I should take you through this story. I feel like if I take you this story, it will take our happiness down. But it's just something to mention, and that's on the tariff story. So I saw somewhere in The Guardian that subscribers may have continued to ration data usage, as evidenced in the new statistics released by the NCC. April subscription statistics by the NCC show that from attaining 1 million terabytes of data consumption as of the beginning of the year, it dropped to 893,000 terabytes in February, and it kept fluctuating like that. I can't call out the figures here, but it's just the consequence of every action. I mean, I was just even thinking about it, that, okay, how has my data usage been since the whole tariff hike stuff? And, statistically, I've let us see that consumption generally has really declined. So that means we're seeing less people online, less people changing, more people changing their data plans and everything. And I don't know if this kind of statistical representation is to make them want to now, make it fair for every party, so that we can now climb up, or just for us to know that
we should reconsider.
I doubt if that's going to happen.
Sure, I actually doubt that. But just like, we've been complaining about network for the longest of time. It doesn't make any sense that rain will fall, then I have to stand in front of my gate. Please. We hear all the price, whatever, and, when they came out, to say that they want to, increase and all of that, we get their point, given the, the current situation here in Nigeria. But then they should please ensure that we have network. Like, I don't know how exactly to beg you people.
This much,
we should see the worth of what we are paying for. Like, Bikono. It doesn't make any, for real, it doesn't. Because even when I even have to complain to like some of my guys, I'm just like, you know what? It's probably it's time for you to get a new SIM. You know, because they think that, yeah.
Don't come.
Please.
But that's all we can take for the stories today. The conversation have been really sizzling hot, from the newspaper stories to the hot topic for today. And our comments are still, I mean, it's always open for you to drop your 2 cents, your opinion on the matter. And we'll meet you again tomorrow, same time, same station, Operate TV, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Ways Breakfast. Have a great Monday.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?